My name is Miss Lopez, and this is
Avery McCurdy.
And today we are going to read the Hershey's Milk Chocolate Fraction Book. Do you know what fractions are?
Yes.
What are fractions?
They are like when you split things up instead of having a whole.
Okay, that's a good
Like
definition.
a whole number.
Okay. All right. 1 over 1 equals 1. Milk chocolate. Oh, delicious. Here's a Hershey's Milk Chocolate Bar, the kind Milton Hershey made famous. Before we eat it, we're going to learn about fractions. Let's start by taking the wrapper off. Remember, not to litter. Here we have one whole milk chocolate candy bar. And what is a fraction? A fraction is a part or a portion of a whole thing. We are using a Hershey's Milk Chocolate Bar as our whole thing. So 1 whole equals 1 whole Hershey bar. 12 twelfths. If you break this candy bar apart, you will see 12 equal sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1 whole equals 12 twelfths, or 1 over 1. You can stack the 12 equal sections on top of each other. Hey, it looks different, but any way you rearrange them, they still equal 1 whole candy bar. 1/12. Maybe this is the easiest way to understand fractions. What would you rather eat? 1/12 of a candy bar? No? Or would you rather eat 11/12 of a candy bar?
11 12.
If you love milk chocolate, the answer is simple. As you can see, doing fractions can be fun. Here is 1/2 of a Hershey's Milk Chocolate Bar. How many pieces are in that 1/2?
6.
6 pieces.
It looks like they were playing in paint.
It does look like they were playing in paint. And here's the other half. 6/12 is equal to 1/2. When two fractions equal each other, they are called equivalent fractions. So 6/12 also equals 1/2. 1/3. Here is 1/3 of a whole Hershey's Milk Chocolate Bar. How did we get to the fraction of 1/3? Think of it like this. Our candy bar can be divided into 3 equal groups. Each of the 3 groups has 4 sections. What is left over is 2/3. 1/3 plus 2/3 equals what?
3/3.
3/3. When the top number and the bottom number are the same, the fraction is equal to 1. 4/12. Here's another way of saying 1/3. 4/12 is equal to 1/3. 8/12. And what is left over? 8/12. 8/12 is equal to 2/3. 4/12 plus 8/12 equals 12/12, which equals 1 whole candy bar. 1/4. Here is 1/4 of a Hershey's Milk Chocolate Bar. If you want to call this fraction 1/4, that is okay too. Here's what is left over, 3/4, or you could call it 3/4. 3/12 is another way of saying 1/4. Did you know that the top number of a fraction is called the numerator and the bottom number is called the denominator? Now you know. What is the top number called?
The numerator.
And the bottom number?
The denominator. Denominator.
Denominator, that's right. Let's explain it another way. 3/4 is equal to 9/12. 1/5. It's time for something different. We can still do fractions without the candy bar. There are 5 cows on this page. 4 cows have black spots, and 1 cow has red spots. 1/5 of the cows on this page has red spots. Did you ever wonder why Hershey's Chocolate Factory was built in the middle of farm country? There's an easy answer. Milk. One of the 3 main ingredients used in making milk chocolate is milk.
It's in the title.
Yep. 1/7. If 6 cows mooed, and you mooed also, your moo would be 1/7 of all the moos on this page. Don't forget to ignore the duck. Whack. Back to the candy bar. We need to learn how to put a fraction into its lowest terms. If you divide the numerator and the denominator by the same factor, you can simplify this fraction to its lowest terms. 1/6 is the lowest term of 2/12. 5/6. Go ahead.
I see what they're doing. They're painting the outer edges.
Yep.
Make the book colorful.
5/6 is what is left over from a whole candy bar after removing 1/6. Here's an equation that is easy to understand. 1/6 is equal to 2/12. Here's another way to say 5/6, 10/12. It is starting to look more delicious after every fraction we show. It's time for another break. Chocolate comes from cocoa pods. The cocoa tree grows in very warm and moist climates. Here are 8 pods. If one pod fell off and bonked you on the head, you would have been bonked by how many of the cocoa pods on this page?
1/8.
1/8. Good job. Cocoa milk and sugar are the 3 main ingredients used in making milk chocolate. Sugar usually comes from sugar cane. If you cut down one stalk, you will have cut down 1/9 of the sugar canes left on this field. Here's an interesting fraction. It is already in its lowest terms. The fraction 5/12 cannot be broken down or reduced any further. The amount left over from 5/12 is 7/12. 7/12 is another fraction that is in its lowest terms. Here's a way to get a fraction of 1/10. There are 10 candy bars on this page. 1 out of 10 candy bars is unwrapped. Here's a fraction where the top number is larger than the bottom number. This is called an improper fraction. 13/12 is really 1 and 1/12. Whoever made this fraction used more than one candy bar. So far in this book, we learned that the main ingredients in milk chocolate are sugar, milk, and cocoa. We also learned the fractions 1/12, 2/12, 3/12, 4/12, 5/12, 6/12, 7/12, 8/12, 9/12, 10/12, 11/12, and 12/12, and even 13/12. We also did fractions of 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, 1/5, 1/6, 1/7, 1/8, 1/9, and 1/10. If you want to know what fraction of ingredients are used in making a Hershey's milk chocolate bar, sorry, these fractions are top secret. Did you like that book? What was your favorite part about this book? It was a lot of fractions.
I like the chocolate.
You like the chocolate? Everybody likes the chocolate. So real quick, can you answer a few questions for me? What is the top number of a fraction called?
A numerator.
And what is the bottom number called?
A denominator.
And what makes a whole fraction?
One whole.
But do the numbers have to be the same or different? On top and bottom? The same. That's right. And now we're going to move on to our worksheet. And now we're going to do the Hershey Bar Challenge. What is the first thing you do when you get a paper?
You write your name on it.
Very good.
And the date.
And the date. All right, so first things first. What did the book say when opening the wrapper of your Hershey's milk chocolate bar? Not to what?
Not to litter.
Not to litter. So go ahead and open your chocolate bar.
I can't open it.
There you go.
Oh, this is on it.
It's starting to melt. Okay, well, we'll do it here. We'll do it in a second. Just leave it like that. Okay, put it on the page next to it. So, go ahead and read number 1 for me.
What is a fraction? The fraction is a blank of a whole.
So, what is a fraction?
It is
A what of a whole?
a portion.
A portion or a part? Okay, you can write either one of those. How many pieces is the Hershey's milk chocolate bar broken into? 12 pieces. Okay, what does the next one say?
If you take one piece, how do you write that as a fraction?
So how would you write, if you take one piece, how would you write that as a fraction?
You would write it as the piece you took.
Mm-hmm.
You would write it as 1/12.
1 over 12. And then what does the next part say to do?
Shade in the fraction.
Okay, what does number 4 say?
If you take 3 pieces, how do you write the fraction? 3/12. Shade in the fraction. It's like a boxed Mickey Mouse.
It is. Okay, what's the next one say?
So I'll flip the page.
Mm-hmm.
If you take 7 pieces, how do you write that fraction? 7/12.
Good job.
Shade in the fraction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Good job. And what does number 6 say?
Create your own fraction.
Okay.
12.
And what would that number be equal to?
1 whole.
1 whole. That's right. So go ahead and shade in that fraction for me.
You can't.
If you take 12 out of 12
yeah.
away,
Shade in the entire thing.
awesome. So let's just go over these answers again. So what is a fraction? A fraction is what of a whole?
Apart.
A part of a whole. That's correct. And if you were to take 12 pieces out of your Hershey's bar, what would you be taking?
The whole Hershey.
The whole Hershey bar. Awesome. Well, I have another activity planned for us, so we will get started with that here shortly. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.